talk about what Wing Chun is about. It's about simplicity.
So Wing Chun, it's all about, if you look at Wing Chun, what you see in Wing Chun all about fighting, but it's behind the fighting, behind the art, it's all about, again, it's on concept and principles of simplicity. And if you look at it, Wing Chun is about economical. We talk about economical motion, economical time, economical of whatever. It's all that, and efficiency, effectiveness, and direct. So direct, that means if my hand close to the opponent face, we're not pulling, but we are always just punching from there, which is, Bruce Lee, he's good at displaying that,
Mm-hmm.
and the goal of Wing Chun, it's not the art that's dead, that is always growing inside of you. That means the goal is to be simple. Simplicity is the goal progressively. So
Mm-hmm.
that means if you use 3 punches or 4 punches, 5 punches when you were young, the older you get, you should do 2. And the older you get, you should do 1. The older you get, you should do nothing. That's the goal of Wing Chun. Remember Bruce Lee said, "A fighting without fighting." That's the
Mm-hmm.
goal.
Fighting is without fighting without fighting.
That means, see a lot of people, yeah, we're fighting, but also, can you talk your way, solve problem in a civil way as much one can? I should do that.
Mm-hmm.
But reality, like in a martial art thing, movies, they display that violence and all that. That's the only way they can show you it. But
Mm-hmm.
there's more to it than that.
Okay, let's talk about the more to it part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever, whatever you want to know. Let's see.
Okay, just tell us.
What's the word? Your which is my command? Oh, my command.
Yes, as-
That's
exactly. So you're the genie.
it. uh,
Or the
instead
other is as
instead in a
you.
bottle
Yes,
on in the Zoom.
yes, that's right. You're in the Zoom. And the other is as you wish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. It's a wonderful. I tell people that even though Wing Chun, I never want to make it a business. I always want to. Well, yes, it is business. However, it's a Pacific business. Does that make sense? Wing Chun Temple.
Mhm.
And when people go there, I would never push it our business. I want to make sure it's from the heart, you know that?
Yeah.
And when it's from the heart, their Wing Chun or whatever they do it's expressed better.
Mhm.
And that's what Wing Chun all about. Bring the best out of people, you know that.
Mhm. Yes.
Um, like uh like the slogan said, discover your Tao. But a lot of people thinking Tao the way and all that, it just, they misconcept the meaning of Tao. Or a lot of people think, oh, Tao is the Chinese philosophy, but actually it's universal. You know what I'm talking about? If you
Mhm.
talk about energy, nobody owns it's out there and anybody can get it.
Yes, that's right. And it's in us too. It flows to
Yes, we
everything,
are the
doesn't it?
Tao.
Yeah,
Mm,
the Tao flows to everything, living and non-living,
that's it.
on the
And
earth and on not on the earth, everywhere. Yeah.
yes, we are the image of God.
Okay.
God is omnipresent,
Okay.
omnipotent,
Yes.
omniscient.
Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We don't know all that.
No, no, no. Now you have to tell us what the difference is. What's
Oh, okay.
yes.
Well, I was reading, even there's a famous Christian author, he wrote, I cannot remember, I read so many, the character of God. And he described the 3 character of God.
Mm-hmm.
God is omnipresent.
Mm-hmm.
God is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like King David
Mm-hmm.
in the book of I think uh, in one of his book he wrote,
That
God, wherever I go. I'm
one
sorry.
of the Psalms, probably, right?
The Psalm is Solomon by, or yeah, one of probably Psalm. I
Mm-hmm.
think the book of Psalm, you're right. And then later on, I think Solomon was, continue it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he said it, Lord, wherever I go, there you are. No matter what I do, I cannot hide from you. Even I go to sleep or when go to hiding, yeah, it goes something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes.
And then there's a second part is omniscient. Omniscient, that means he knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
You actually, when Jesus was saying, like, he taught, um, he was walking with the disciple, and the disciple said, Lord, how do you pray? And he would say, well, you should be, hallowed be thy name, whatever. And then even Jesus said, your father already know what you're gonna pray, but what he want to do is hear from you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes, yes.
Like, for example, like I have a daughter now, so I can say, like, she did something wrong, and she know that if she asks, I forgive her no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But what, I don't mean to pretend I'm God, whatever. This is a concept of it, that if we ask God genuinely from our heart, repent,
Mm-hmm.
God will forgive us. He's God of mercy, that.
Mm-hmm.
So God is already knew already.
Mm-hmm.
And then omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent,
Mm-hmm.
all powerful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, God is everything. He's whatever he wants, it's gonna happen.
Yes. And so all of that we channel into
Yes.
ourselves
Yes.
and again express in the outside world.
Yes.
And that's Wing Chun.
Yes.
Yep.
Wing Chun.
And okay. Excellent.
And it was created by a woman. This is the part that most men don't like.
Okay,
Can
explain.
you believe that? Oh. Uh, Actually, the movement of women right way back, by one of, I believe, was John Madison. This is way in the American,
One of
first
the fou-
started.
one of the founding fathers. Uh-huh.
Wife. It was created. It was started with his wife.
Oh.
She wrote a letter. This is way back then. They had to travel for months, right, to get to the capital,
Mm-hmm.
or weeks or whatever. And then, so they don't have email, text, or whatever. So they wrote a letter,
Mm-hmm.
and she wrote a letter. It's a beautiful letter. I gotta back again. She
Mm-hmm.
wrote, "Dear beloved husband,"
Mm-hmm.
I'm just summarizing. Whatever you do, always remember about we as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Even though men are great thinker in a powerful position, but remember, now this is the one, those men was raised by women.
Ah,
Isn't that powerful?
that is powerful. That was John Madison's wife who wrote
That's it.
that.
Look at it. Isn't that beautiful? His name is Abigail, right?
Abigail Madison,
Oh,
yeah.
when I that, it just touched my heart. I go, my God, it is so true that men, they forgot where they come from, you know,
Hmm, okay.
and women is have big influence, and men and women.
Yes,
Does it
uh-huh.
make sense?
It
You
makes
know,
sense.
you and even Grandmaster Yipman, the teacher
Mm-hmm.
of Bruce Lee, said, Wing Chun is like water.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be good, think like water. He said, you all, this is what he said, his son was saying in one of the class, you all drink water, but you never think of its source, where the water come from.
Mm-hmm.
That's why be like water, be like water. People right now, they're repeating, but I don't know they understand the behind, not about be
Yeah.
like water. water.
Okay, yes, I know we take it for granted, don't we? But
Water be like water being flowed. That means
flow.
stop being resist what it is.
Mm-hmm.
As we human being, we always see good, bad, sad, happy, but
Mm-hmm.
all of those going through the ups and downs that we should take opportunity to
Mm-hmm.
embrace or growth in ourselves, isn't that right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
When something bad time, it doesn't mean that it's bad. That means we can learn from it. We don't know bad time. How can we understand good time?
Mhm. Oh yes, and that's the Tao. They
Yes,
yin
definitely.
and yang.
Yes,
They're not. They're opposites. They define each other,
yes,
don't
yes.
they? Yes, and that's
Could
part
I
of
have
it.
like 30 seconds?
Yes,
And
of
I'm
course.
going to call my workplace.
No
Hopefully they pick
worries.
up the
Okay, we're
phone.
gonna stop right here.
Thank you.
Pause. Yes.
And because I was raised most of my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
she's everything to me. So,
Yes.
and that's it took me to the heart. And I
Mm-hmm.
share with you how my grandmother she raised.
Yeah.
She was the most. I don't care even Hercules, not even compared to my grandmother's strength.
Oh, yes, she was a strong woman. Yeah.
And
So there's another strong woman who was behind a strong man.
that is true too. I
Yeah,
heard that
they're both
too.
strong. Yeah. Now,
And
but Wing Chun was started by a woman
yes,
too. Yeah. So not only did women have a say in America, but back in China too.
oh, long time ago. Yes,
Yeah, even way centuries before.
I think in Southeast Asia, in some culture, I know in Cambodian culture, Laos, or Burma, I'm not so sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I read something that there's in a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
there is a shell represent uh, a private part of a woman, vagina,
Mm-hmm.
and people all over they pray to that because
Yeah.
that's where they came from. There's a god. Can you imagine that? It's so
Yeah.
true.
That's right. It's so true. They pray.
We
It's
all come from one one place.
yeah, one place. Yeah. Or yeah, people thinking the same idea on
Hmm.
different people throughout the world
Right.
at the same time. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
so true.
So Wing Chun.
Wing Chun.
Yes, Wing Chun.
So Wing Chun meaning forever spring, a woman's name.
Oh,
Wing Chun.
I did. Okay, important.
Well, Wing Chun was create not represent any art at all. It's just a woman's name.
Mm.
And I share with you how the name came from Wing Chun there?
No, please, please, would love to hear.
Oh yes. Let's see um, there's a nun came from Shaolin. So after the, I'm going to recap it to one paragraph.
Okay, it's a short version.
Yes, very. So a nun came from Shaolin. Her name is Nahmui. She's
Number.
among of the elder,
Mm-hmm.
which is the master of the master that came have an idea of this art, but they don't know what it is, what to call yet. They put a lot of study into it to make it a robust or hybrid martial art,
Mm-hmm.
using science, using everything to make the best instead of so they know the Qing take over Shaolin, and the Ming is the one, the freedom, the Ming is the one that the Mongolia, or part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So before the destruction, so they kill all the monks,
Mm-hmm.
all the nuns. They kill. So she's among those who escape out, and
Mm-hmm.
she met Yim Wing Chun, her name, to the south in China, which is in Fujian or in Fujian,
Mm-hmm.
is the border of Java, Cambodian there,
Mm-hmm.
Thailand, and Laos. Those are very close to that. So this woman, this girl named Yim Wing Chun, she has she had a boyfriend. She loved her boyfriend, her lover, but
Uh-huh.
the local gang, the local, warlord, or he has more powerful, he came out and said, "Hey, I want to marry you."
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want to.
Uh-huh.
And because when back then men have power, like when they want to marry somebody, they have money and all
Yeah.
the power
Yeah.
to get it.
The
Or they
women
will
didn't
come and
have
kill
any.
them.
The women didn't have say so.
Yes, that's
No,
true.
they became possessions,
Yes, isn't
right?
that ooh, scary?
Yes, I know it's the scary.
Uh
Yeah.
and also they could come and capture women. Can you
Right.
believe that?
No, yeah, they put him into captivation. They captivated them. I mean, they possessed them and they took them into
Yeah.
as slaves.
Oh well, like if they love someone, if you say no, they just come and grab you. You're gonna,
Oh, that's no, no,
I heard story about that. I go, how?
that's kidnapping.
Yeah, and these
Yeah.
are the practice of some culture. I go, man, how they do that? So now we're talking about that kind of period of time,
Mm-mm.
and but but I believe people believing honor, back then, like for example, so the local gang would say, the only way you can get out of this, you can beat me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, she's no way to beat this guy. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
And Yim Wing Chun is also good already. She's a good martial artist. But
Mm-hmm.
again, she's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she was crying in a pond, little pond there by there. And then this nun came to across.
Right.
And then she found out and said, "Hey, what is your trouble, son? Why are you crying?"
Mm-hmm.
Told a story about it, and she said, and the nun said, "Well, I can teach you this martial art that I know that we were, talking about in Shaolin before the
Mm-hmm.
destruction." And this is
Mm-hmm.
how it worked. What do you think?
Right.
I said, yes. So she taught in a very short of time and went back
Mm-hmm.
and beat the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't have to marry the guy
Yes.
and marry to her boyfriend instead.
Okay. Yes. So she could wield her power to get what she wanted and get out
Right,
of what she did not want.
right. So another word, look at Wing Chun. Wing Chun is for the underdog, people that, okay, you're so powerful, I am so weak, but I have to use something else, which is wisdom, mind.
Mm-hmm.
So learning Wing Chun is not just punching in it, but you have to have more.
Right.
So the timing is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Learn about time. When a person hits you, you would never want to be there. You either be there early or be there late
Mm-hmm.
or be there
Oh.
in between.
Oh.
Like if somebody hit you, if you're here, they're gonna hit you. But if you're not there, they're gonna hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to move a certain way, that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand that take,
Yeah, that
but
skill and intuition.
yes, and but there's a system in Wing Chun that made automatically. That's why Wing Chun is so fast because it's this is what we do, and it's not because the more we relax, the faster we can get, and most people don't understand that.
Oh.
Relax and let it be that moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard part. But one people that got that, they understand. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no emotion. There's nothing at all. When we get another person, you just let that moment
Mm-hmm.
takes you, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what sticky hands all about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So to conclude this story, and then so the nun, she said, I have to go now because the Qing army looking for nun. I think they discovered my identity, so I'm gonna go. You be well. So the story is,
Mm-hmm.
and then she said, "Sifu teacher, what is that art you just taught me? I didn't even know. Before you leave, could you tell me?"
Mm-hmm.
And the nun said, "You know what? I don't even know. We just started. But since you're my first disciple, let's call Wing. Wing Chun,
Mm-hmm.
and that
That's,
that's her name.
that's the beginning of Wing Chun with the name.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. Yeah.
and Wing Chun meaning is a woman's name, so meaning forever chanting, forever
Hmm.
spring, or forever beautiful. That's the meaning in the Chinese character.
Oh, that's a nice story.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a really nice story.
see, it's all about love.
Yes, that's right. It's all about love. Wow.